Jebediah was a farmer. He lived in a small, picturesque village surrounded by rolling hills and lush green fields. His days were filled with the rhythm of nature, and he found solace in the simplicity of his routine. He woke up early every day, often before the first light of dawn. The soft chirping of birds and the gentle rustling of leaves were his morning alarm. He would stretch, yawn, and then get out of bed, ready to embrace another day of hard work. Jebediah loved his life on the farm. The fresh air, the open spaces, and the satisfaction of seeing his crops grow brought him immense joy. He would often pause to take in the beauty of his surroundings, a smile spreading across his face as he watched the sun rise over the horizon. He grew corn and soybeans, tending to his fields with great care and dedication. Each plant was like a child to him, and he nurtured them with the same love and attention. The sight of golden corn stalks swaying in the breeze and the lush green soybean plants filled him with pride. He had a few cows too. They were more than just livestock, they were his companions. He would feed them every morning, talking to them as if they could understand his words. The gentle lowing of the cows was a comforting sound, a reminder of the simple pleasures of farm life. Life was simple, but Jebediah liked it that way. He enjoyed the quiet moments, sitting on his porch with a cup of coffee, watching the world go by. The hustle and bustle of city life were foreign to him, and he had no desire to leave his peaceful haven. He was a quiet man, content with his own company. He found peace in the solitude of his fields, where he could think and reflect. The land was his sanctuary, a place where he could escape the worries of the world and find solace in the simple act of working the soil. One day felt like all the others. The sun rose, casting a golden glow over the farm. The rooster crowed, signaling the start of a new day. Jebediah followed his usual routine, preparing for another day of work. Jebediah headed out to work, his tools in hand. He walked through the fields, feeling the soft earth beneath his boots. The day promised to be like any other, filled with the familiar tasks that he had come to know so well. But little did he know, this day would change everything. As he walked through his fields, he noticed something unusual. His heart raced with a mix of excitement and apprehension. What he discovered would alter the course of his life forever. Jebediah was plowing his field. He was getting ready to plant corn. Suddenly, his plow hit something hard. It wasn't a rock. Jebediah knew what rocks felt like. This was different. He stopped the tractor. He got down to take a look. Sticking out of the ground was a shiny metal object. It looked like a giant silver egg. Jebediah's jaw dropped. He couldn't believe his eyes. What in tarnation was this thing? He'd never seen anything like it. He poked it with his boot. It was cold and hard. He tried to move it. It wouldn't budge. It was stuck fast. Jebediah didn't know what to do. He was just a simple farmer. This was way beyond him. He needed help. News travels fast in a small town. Soon everyone knew about Jebediah's find. People came from miles around to see the strange object. Some folks said it was a meteor. Others thought it was a spaceship. A few even whispered about government secrets. Theories flew faster than crows in a cornfield, but nobody knew for sure what the silver egg was or where it came from. Section 5. Experts and Eggheads. The government heard about the strange object and, well, they sent some important-looking people to Jebediah's farm. They wore suits and talked real official. They called themselves scientists. They brought all sorts of fancy equipment and poked and prodded the silver egg. Jebediah watched them work. He didn't understand most of what they were saying. They used big words like extraterrestrial and quantum physics. Section 6. The world beyond the cornfields. The scientists worked for days. They finally figured out how to open the silver egg. Inside they found something amazing. It was a message from another planet. The message was complicated, but the scientists were able to translate it. The message was a greeting from a civilization far, far away, a civilization that wanted to make contact. Section 7. Jebediah's new reality. Jebediah's life was turned upside down. One moment he was just a simple farmer, tending to his crops and livestock, living a peaceful and predictable life. The next he was thrust into a whirlwind of chaos and confusion. It all started on a quiet morning, much like any other. The sun had just begun to rise, casting a golden hue over the fields. Jebediah was out in the field, checking on his crops, when he stumbled upon something extraordinary. He wasn't just a simple farmer anymore. The object he found was unlike anything he had ever seen. It was metallic, with strange markings that glowed faintly in the early morning light. Jebediah's heart raced as he realized this was no ordinary object. It was a message from beings beyond our world. He felt a mix of fear and excitement, knowing that his life would never be the same again. He was the man who found a message from aliens. The news spread like wildfire. Within hours, reporters and news vans descended upon his farm. They wanted to know every detail, every thought that crossed his mind. Jebediah, who had always been a private man, found himself in the spotlight, his every move scrutinized by the media and the public. Reporters camped out on his lawn. He was on television. His face was plastered on every news channel, his story the topic of every conversation. People from all over the world wanted to hear from the man who had made contact with extraterrestrial life. Jebediah was overwhelmed by the attention, struggling to make sense of it all. Everyone wanted to talk to him. Scientists, government officials, and curious onlookers all flocked to his farm, eager to learn more about the mysterious object and the message it contained. Jebediah found himself at the center of a global phenomenon, a reluctant hero in a story that was still unfolding. It was a lot to take in. The constant attention, the endless questions, the pressure to provide answers, it all weighed heavily on Jebediah. He had always been a man of few words, content with the simple pleasures of life on the farm. Now he was thrust into a world of complexity and uncertainty, forced to navigate a reality that was far beyond his understanding. Jebediah was a quiet man. He liked his simple life. The solitude of the fields, the rhythm of the seasons, the satisfaction of a hard day's work, these were the things that brought him peace. But now, that peace was shattered. The discovery had changed everything, and there was no going back. He liked his simple life, but this discovery changed everything. He couldn't ignore it. The object, the message, the implications, it was all too significant to be brushed aside. Jebediah knew that he had a responsibility, not just to himself, but to the world. He had to find out what the message meant, where it came from, and what it could mean for humanity. But this discovery changed everything. He couldn't ignore it. With a newfound sense of purpose, Jebediah set out to uncover the truth. He knew the journey ahead would be challenging, filled with obstacles and uncertainties, but he was determined to see it through, to understand the message and its significance. Jebediah's new reality was daunting, but it was also filled with possibilities. And so, with a deep breath and a steady resolve, he embraced the unknown, ready to face whatever lay ahead. Section 8. A Changed Man. Jebediah realized something important. The world was a much bigger place than he ever imagined. There was so much more out there. He started reading books about space. He watched documentaries about the universe. He even went to a stargazing party. Jebediah never forgot about his farm. But now, he looked at the stars with different eyes. He knew he wasn't alone. Section 9. The Mystery Remains. The night was calm, the stars twinkling above the vast expanse of the farm. It was a serene scene, but beneath the tranquility lay an enigma that had captured the world's imagination. The silver egg was taken away. As dawn broke, the farm seemed to return to its usual routine, but the absence of the mysterious object left an undeniable void. The field where it had been found was now just an ordinary patch of land, yet it held the memory of something extraordinary. The scientists continued to study it. In laboratories far from the quiet farm, experts from various fields gathered to unlock the secrets of the silver egg. They meticulously analyzed its composition, structure, and the strange symbols etched onto its surface. Each discovery led to more questions, deepening the mystery. They wanted to learn more about the message and who sent it. Some people were scared, others were excited. The world watched with bated breath as news of the silver egg spread. Debates raged on television and social media. Was it a message from an advanced civilization, a warning, or perhaps an invitation? Theories abounded, each more fantastical than the last. Fear and excitement mingled in the hearts of people everywhere. But everyone agreed, this was the biggest discovery in human history. And what about Jebediah? Amidst the global frenzy, the farm where it all began remained a place of quiet reflection. Jebediah, the humble farmer who had stumbled upon the silver egg, found himself at the center of an unprecedented event. Well, he kept on farming. Despite the whirlwind of attention, Jebediah's life didn't change much. He continued to tend to his crops, rising with the sun and working the land as he always had. The farm was his sanctuary, a place where he could find solace amidst the chaos. But he never forgot the day he found the impossible on his farm. The memory of that day was etched into his mind. He often found himself gazing at the spot where the silver egg had lain, wondering about the vastness of the universe and the secrets it held. The discovery had changed him in ways he couldn't fully understand. He knew the universe held many secrets, just waiting to be discovered. As night fell and the stars reappeared, Jebediah felt a profound connection to the cosmos. The farm, once just a piece of land, had become a gateway to the unknown. He realized that the universe was vast and full of mysteries, and that humanity was only beginning to scratch the surface of its wonders. The silver egg was just the beginning, a tantalizing hint of what lay beyond the stars.